Do you ever feel stuck, like you're waiting for the right moment, but it just never comes? Here's the truth: that perfect moment isn't coming, and if you keep waiting, you'll stay exactly where you are. We all have days when we just don't feel like it. Whether it's starting a project, going to the gym, or making that important call, the resistance feels overwhelming. But here's the thing: success isn't built on how you feel, it's built on what you do. In this video, we'll break down how to push yourself forward, even when you don't feel like it, and share practical strategies to help you overcome that inner resistance. Why we wait for motivation. Let's face it, most of us wait for motivation to strike. We think, I'll start tomorrow when I feel more energized, or I just need to be in the right mood, but the harsh reality is this: waiting for motivation is a trap. It's like waiting for the rain to stop before building an umbrella. Why do we fall into this trap? Fear of failure, the thought of messing up, stops us before we even begin. Comfort zone: it's easier to stay where you are than to take that first uncomfortable step. The illusion of time: we convince ourselves there's plenty of it. But days turn into weeks, and weeks turn into years. So how do we break free from this cycle? 1. The power of small steps. One of the most common reasons people don't begin something is that the task seems too big. You look at the mountain of work ahead, and it feels overwhelming. But here's a timeless truth: you don't climb a mountain by leaping to the top. You climb it step by step, one foothold at a time. Big goals can feel intimidating, but they are nothing more than a collection of smaller tasks. The key is to break them down. Imagine a writer staring at the daunting goal of finishing a novel. If they focus solely on completing 300 pages, they may never start. But if they decide to write just one page today, that's manageable. And then tomorrow they write another. Before long, they have the first chapter. Let's say you don't feel like working out. The thought of a full 45-minute routine might make you hit snooze. But what if you committed to just 5 minutes? Lace up your shoes, stretch a little, and start moving. Chances are, once you begin, you'll find yourself completing the entire workout. The hardest part isn't the work itself, it's starting. Here's the beauty of small steps: they build momentum. Imagine a heavy boulder sitting at the top of a hill. At first, it takes tremendous effort to nudge it forward. But once it starts rolling, it picks up speed. Your actions are the same. The initial push might feel difficult, but once you start moving, momentum carries you forward. Think about the concept of action creates motivation. Most people wait for inspiration to strike before they act. But that's backwards. Inspiration often comes after you've taken the first step. The act of doing sparks a sense of progress, and progress fuels motivation. When tackling something big, focus on just the next small action. Writing a report? Don't aim to finish it all in one sitting. Just open the document and write the first sentence. Need to clean the house? Start with one corner of one room. Overwhelmed by finances? Begin by reviewing just 1 month's expenses. Every small step you take builds confidence. Each action reinforces the belief that you can do more. It's not about massive leaps, it's about consistent, incremental progress. Rely on systems, not willpower. If you rely solely on willpower to accomplish your goals, you're setting yourself up for failure. Willpower is like a muscle that gets fatigued. The more decisions you have to make in a day, the more you deplete your reserves. That's why by evening you might find yourself reaching for junk food or skipping the gym. The solution? Build systems that remove the need for constant decision making. Systems allow you to operate on autopilot, conserving your willpower for the things that truly matter. Start with your daily routine. Decide ahead of time what tasks are non-negotiable and when they'll happen. For instance, if you know you're most productive in the morning, set aside those hours for deep work. Block distractions, turn off notifications, and focus on what matters. Let's talk about fitness. If your goal is to work out regularly, don't leave it to chance. Set a specific time each day for your exercise. Maybe it's 6 a.m. before the day gets busy. Prepare everything the night before, lay out your workout clothes, fill your water bottle, and plan your routine. When the morning comes, you won't waste mental energy deciding whether or not to go. The decision has already been made. The same principle applies to nutrition. Instead of deciding what to eat every day, plan your meals in advance. Take a couple of hours on Sunday to prepare healthy options for the week. When you have meals ready, you're less likely to reach for unhealthy alternatives. Automation is another powerful tool. Automate decisions wherever possible. For instance, set up automatic savings so a portion of your paycheck goes into an investment account without you thinking about it. Automate your bill payments to avoid late fees. The less mental clutter you have, the more energy you can devote to meaningful work. Systems create consistency. They remove the friction that often stops us from starting. Think about brushing your teeth. It's not something you debate each day, it's a habit ingrained in your routine. Imagine applying that same automatic approach to other areas of your life, your work, your fitness, your finances. Here's another benefit of systems: they help you recover quickly when you slip up. Let's say you miss a workout or overspend one day. With a system in place, it's easier to get back on track because the framework is already there. Discipline and willpower are important, but they're not enough to carry you through the long haul. Systems are what sustain you. They create a foundation that keeps you moving forward, even on days when you don't feel like it. Success isn't about making perfect decisions every day. It's about reducing the number of decisions you need to make. When you build systems, you free your mind to focus on what truly matters. You create an environment where progress becomes inevitable. By relying on systems, you're setting yourself up for success. You're not leaving your future to chance or fleeting bursts of motivation. You're building a structure that ensures you keep moving forward, one step at a time. So the next time you feel stuck, ask yourself, what system can I create to make this easier? Then take that first small step and watch how momentum builds over time. 3. Reframe how you see discomfort. Discomfort is one of life's greatest teachers. Yet most people spend their days running from it, avoiding anything that feels uncomfortable or challenging. The truth is, growth doesn't come from staying in your comfort zone. It comes from embracing the moments that stretch you, push you, and make you question whether you have what it takes. Think about this: every meaningful achievement in life has discomfort as its companion. When you learn a new skill, there's the frustration of making mistakes. When you start a fitness journey, there's the physical strain of pushing your body beyond its limits. Even when you work on a relationship, there's the vulnerability of exposing your true feelings. Discomfort is not the enemy, it's a sign that you're moving forward. Imagine the discomfort a seed must feel as it breaks through the soil. It's a messy, uncertain process, but it's the only way the seed can grow into a towering tree. The same principle applies to you. The next time you feel resistance or discomfort, pause and reflect. Don't view it as a roadblock. Instead, see it as evidence that you're stepping into new territory. Ask yourself, what's on the other side of this discomfort? More often than not, the answer is growth, progress, and self-improvement. Here's the key: the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts far longer. Think about the moments when you've chosen comfort over growth. Maybe you skipped an opportunity because it felt too hard or too risky. The regret that follows often lingers far longer than the discomfort of trying ever would have. Discomfort has another gift to offer: it builds resilience. Each time you face it and push through, you strengthen your mental and emotional muscles. You prove to yourself that you're capable of handling more than you thought. Over time, what once felt difficult becomes second nature, and you're ready to tackle even bigger challenges. It's also important to reframe how you speak to yourself about discomfort. Instead of saying, "This is too hard," say, "This is making me stronger," replace, "I can't do this" with, "I'm learning how to do this." Your mindset plays a crucial role in how you experience challenges. Discomfort is not a sign to stop, it's a sign to keep going. It's a signal that you're growing, evolving, and moving closer to your potential. Lean into it, and you'll find that what once felt overwhelming becomes the stepping stone to your greatest achievements. Or, the 5-second rule. Procrastination is one of the biggest barriers to action. You know what you need to do, but you hesitate. You tell yourself you'll start later or wait for the right time, but here's the thing: hesitation kills momentum. The longer you wait, the more your mind fills with excuses, doubts, and distractions. This is where the 5-second rule comes in. It's a simple, powerful tool to overcome resistance and take action immediately. Here's how it works the moment you think of something you need to do. Count backward, -5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then act. Why does this work? Because it interrupts the mental loop of overthinking. Your brain has a natural tendency to avoid anything that feels difficult or uncomfortable. When you hesitate, you give your brain time to build a case for why you shouldn't act. The 5-second rule short-circuits this process. Think of it as a mental launch sequence. Counting backward engages your focus and creates a sense of urgency. It shifts your brain from passive thinking to active doing. By the time you reach one, you've bypassed the doubts and excuses and are ready to move. Let's look at some practical examples. Imagine you're lying in bed and your alarm goes off. You know you should get up and start your day, but it's tempting to hit snooze. Instead of debating with yourself, use the 5-second rule. As soon as the alarm rings, think 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and swing your feet onto the floor. You've taken the first step, and now momentum can carry you forward. Or maybe you're sitting at your desk staring at a daunting task. You know you need to start, but it feels overwhelming. Again, use the rule. Count down and take the smallest possible action. Open the document. Write the first sentence or make the first call. Action begets action, and soon you'll find yourself making progress. The beauty of the 5-second rule is its simplicity. You don't need elaborate plans or motivation, you just need to act. And the more you use it, the more you use it, the more you build the habit of taking immediate action. Over time, this habit rewires your brain. You start to associate action with opportunity rather than fear or hesitation. You become someone who moves forward, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. The 5-second rule isn't just about productivity, it's about reclaiming control. It reminds you that you're in charge of your choices. You don't have to wait for the perfect mood, the perfect circumstances, or the perfect plan. You can act right now in this moment and take a step toward your goals. Here's a challenge the next time you feel resistance. Don't give in to hesitation. Use the 5-second rule. Count backward and take the first step. It might feel small, but that single action can create a ripple effect of progress. Remember, action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. With the 5-second rule, you can overcome resistance, build confidence, and move closer to the life you want. Start using it today and watch how it transforms your ability to push through challenges. 5. Visualize the outcome. Picture this: you've just completed that task you've been putting off for days. The work is done and a wave of relief washes over you. You're no longer carrying the mental weight of unfinished business. Instead, you feel lighter, accomplished, and even proud of yourself for pushing through. That's the power of visualization. It's not just a motivational trick, it's a tool to rewire your brain for action. When you vividly imagine the reward of finishing what you start, you create a powerful emotional connection to the outcome. This connection can be the spark that gets you moving, even when you don't feel like it. Think of visualization as a rehearsal for success. Athletes use it all the time. Before they compete, they close their eyes and picture every detail of their performance, the way their body moves, the sound of the crowd, the moment of victory. By doing this, they're not just dreaming, they're training their minds to expect success. You can use this same principle in your daily life. Let's say you've been avoiding a tough conversation at work. Before you take action, take a moment to sit quietly and picture how it will feel once it's done. Imagine the sense of relief, the clarity it brings, and the progress you'll make as a result. Make it as vivid as possible what you'll see, hear, and feel. This mental rehearsal makes the outcome feel real and attainable, giving you the courage to act. The key to effective visualization is detail. Don't just think, "I'll feel good when this is over." Instead, dive deeper. If you're visualizing completing a workout, picture yourself sweating, feeling your muscles work, and then the satisfaction of crossing it off your list. Imagine the energy boost you'll have afterward and the pride of sticking to your goals. Another benefit of visualization is that it helps you focus on the reward rather than the effort. Often what stops us from starting is the thought of how hard something will be. But when you shift your focus to the payoff, how great it will feel to have it done, you can override that initial resistance. Here's a simple exercise the next time you're stuck in procrastination. Close your eyes and visualize two things. First, imagine the discomfort of not doing the task. Picture the stress, the guilt, and the way it lingers in the back of your mind. Then shift your focus and visualize the relief and accomplishment you'll feel when it's done. Compare the two feelings and you'll likely find that taking action is the better choice. Visualization isn't about avoiding effort, it's about making the effort worthwhile. When you see the outcome in your mind, you remind yourself why the task matters. It's not just about finishing, it's about the growth, the progress, and the opportunities that come with it. So the next time you're facing resistance, take a moment to visualize. See the task completed, feel the relief, and let that vision pull you forward. With practice, visualization can become a powerful habit that helps you push through challenges and achieve your goals. 6, create accountability. There's something about telling someone else your plans that changes the game. Suddenly, it's not just about you anymore. When someone else knows what you're aiming to do, it creates a sense of responsibility that can be a powerful motivator. Accountability is one of the simplest yet most effective strategies to overcome resistance and take action. It works because it taps into a fundamental human trait we care about: how we're perceived by others. When you commit to something publicly, even to one person, you're more likely to follow through because you don't want to let them or yourself down. Start small. Think about a task or goal you've been putting off. Now, tell a friend, family member, or colleague what you're planning to do, and when you're planning to do it, for example, you might say, I'm going to finish this report by Thursday afternoon. Or I'll go for a run tomorrow morning at 7. Just speaking the words out loud solidifies your intention and adds a layer of accountability. But don't stop there. Ask the person to check in with you. It could be as simple as them sending a quick text. How did the run go? Or did you finish the report? Knowing that someone will follow up creates a sense of urgency and commitment. If you want to take it a step further, find an accountability partner, someone who has their own goals and is willing to exchange updates with you. This mutual support can be incredibly motivating. When you see them making progress, it inspires you to keep going, and vice versa. In today's digital world, accountability doesn't have to be limited to people you know personally. You can post your goals on social media, join an online group, or even use apps designed for accountability. The key is to put your commitment out into the world so it's not just an idea in your head. Accountability also works because it creates a sense of structure. When you're the only one who knows about your plans, it's easy to justify procrastination. You can tell yourself, I'll do it later, and no one will know the difference. But when someone else is involved, the stakes are higher. You're less likely to let yourself off the hook. Of course, accountability isn't just about external pressure, it's also about internal growth. Each time you follow through on a commitment, you build trust in yourself. You prove that you're someone who does what they say they'll do. This self-trust is the foundation of confidence and momentum. But what happens if you don't follow through? First, remember that accountability isn't about shame or guilt. It's about learning and adjusting. If you miss a deadline or skip a task, reflect on what happened and how you can improve next time. Share this with your accountability partner or group. They're there to support you, not judge you. Accountability also teaches you the value of consistency. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up day after day and making progress. Over time, these small, consistent actions add up to big results. So who will you tell about your next goal? Whether it's a close friend, a coworker, or an online community, don't keep it to yourself. Let someone else in on your journey and watch how the power of accountability propels you forward. Here's the turning point. Understand that action leads to clarity, not the other way around. You don't need a perfect plan or the ideal circumstances to begin. Once you take that first step, the fog starts to lift and things become clearer. Think of it like driving at night. Your headlights only show the next 200 feet, but as you keep moving, the road ahead reveals itself. Life works the same way. Every time you push yourself to act, despite not feeling like it, you strengthen your resilience. It's like building a muscle. The more you practice, the easier it gets. And soon you'll realize you don't need to wait for motivation. You become someone who acts regardless.